Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, Alliance War Boss Solos. There is nothing like it in this game. It is exhilarating, it is exciting, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking. When you get the chance to do it, though, you want to absolutely do your best, and I'm going to list the top 5 with 5 honorable mentions. These are the champions that you most want on your roster, on your attack team, and who will help not make this easy, because it never ever is, but they will simplify it for you. All right, and then we should establish some criteria, like what is the formula? How did you come up with this? I do want to remind you, I am in the Alliance for Loki. I play in BG3 under the guidance of Ludum Taters and Lizer, 2 of the best war planners in this whole game. I am absolutely positive of that. I'm also in the same BG as Panda Man Pete, Legacy, Bryn, TJ, Taters, and Lizer themselves, of course, and even I got to take a boss this season. I'm looking forward to getting that war video out here very, very soon. And then I enjoy watching war videos, so I'm constantly watching them. These are some of my favorite videos to watch, and I'm keeping an eye on this as it does evolve, because it does evolve, and this is for season 29. The first criteria, 1, is the prevalence of the boss that this champion can help out with. How frequently are we seeing them, right? Like, 2, how many bosses can this champion take? You'll see, especially as we get into that 1 through 5, some of these champions, some of these attackers can take multiple defensive placements at the boss position. And then 3, the ease of assigning. If the champion is difficult to assign, to fit into a war team, there's only 30 attackers, and if it's difficult to fit them in, then in some levels, it can be really stressful, I would imagine, in the planning of that war attack, just to have that champion face the boss. So the easier this champion can also take other fights or be assigned along the way, obviously makes them that much better of a war attacker. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. We're going to start off with 5 honorable mentions, because really there are a lot of champions who can do this. This game is too complex to not list them. All right, let's jump into it. All right, the honorable mentions. These champions are at least worth mentioning, and if you watch enough war videos, I almost guarantee you've seen them take out some bosses this season. We'll just go from left to right as you're looking at it. We're starting here with Hercules. The guy is immense. He does incredible damage. Probably could kill some other bosses too, but we've seen him really take advantage of that aggressive AI that Terax has when he is in the rock field or what have you. And Hercules just dominates that fight, really makes it look like a lot of fun. Sorcerer, she is incredible. She is awesome. She is excellent. She has that really nice high energy resistance. She also has the nullification off of her SP1. And then, of course, the heal back from hits that she's blocking allows those fights that sometimes take a little bit longer, but she is very, very safe in them when she understands, or when the summoner understands, the mechanics of the fight and of the defender. I think it would almost be foolish not to mention Sigil Witch. We've seen what she can do. She can significantly take advantage of the buffs that are coming onto the boss node and then nullify them, especially with that big SP3 and the degen that can come off of it. But we're just starting to see her, so that's why she's an honorable mention and not in that top 5. Let's make her prove it a little bit more. Gilly 99, incredible damage. You do need to make sure you go into the fight ramped up, but she can handle quite a bit. I've seen her taking bosses for quite a long time now, multiple seasons. And then I know Venom Pool might be surprising for some of you, but if it is, check out Legacy's channel. He showed our BG mate TJ, a really awesome player, taking down Penny Parker, which is a very, very tough boss, and taking advantage of some of its illogical DNA, some of these nice immunities to Power Drain, Power Burn, and Shock. I wanted to make sure I read them correctly when fighting tech champions, and that makes him especially good to take out Penny Parker. And if you're still like just unsure, the damage can become immense. Check out that video from Legacy with Venom Pool taking out that boss. All right, let's get to the top 5. All right, I said you'd be surprised by number 5, and here it is. This is actually Spider-Man 99. I know he was not met with a warm reception. I was fairly warm on him in the testing, but I'll be honest, I did not foresee this. Here's what I want to point out and why he is so good for some bosses, in particular Mojo bosses. But he gains 75% damage resistance if the opponent is under the effect of True Strike, which the boss node is. This is kind of a niche utility here, but it is allowing people to run in with full suicides and full recoil. He is hitting like an absolute truck. That being said, he's actually a good champion. If this is making you curious, I'm going to link a video down here in the description. It is on DLL's channel. He has a full boss solo and an additional war fight against a long shot. And then at the end, he really does talk about some of the utility and why he is excited and very interested in Spider-Man 99. And to be honest, I completely agree. Number 4 is Diablo. This guy continues to get better and better and better as we learn more about him and play him more and test him in various things. I probably could talk about 5 minutes for why just he's so good for the boss node in general. But you know what? I'm going to actually have a war video where I will be taking on a boss. We'll see if I can get the solo with this awesome champion. But the things I really want to point out for this and why he is so particularly good and why he can take more than one boss, a lot of it is anyway, is this Philosopher's Mix, what can happen on launching a special attack, and the various pre-fights he can have without really losing that much, or at least still having enough in his kit in regard to attack and things like that, where he can activate more than one of these and still absolutely destroy a boss. All right, number 3 is Corvus. He's been around a while, but this guy is still, if you're able to ramp him up, 3 charges, 4 charges, throw on a power back boost and an SP1. Anyone who's ever gotten to do that in war, it knows it just feels like you can't die. Like it would be very difficult for you to die with a 3 or 4 charge Corvus, a power back boost, and an SP1 advanced power boost. The guy is still getting it done. We're not seeing him as much, at least in my BG, assigned to war, and I would think that's just due to making sure we have the right matchups and the difficulty in getting charges and things like that. But the guy at the end of the day can still absolutely get it done, take down many of the bosses that we're still seeing, including the new Penny Parker boss, who can be very difficult, especially if you don't have TJ and a Venom pool. All right, number 2, I don't really think this one's going to surprise too many people. Human Torch is still just wrecking Mystic champions, and even, I know like B Manny from my alliance, I don't know if it's happened this season or not, but taking down Magneto bosses, if they do energy damage or they are Mystic, you can get them ramped up, you can get them going so quickly, and then when you're able to utilize this pre-fight, if you can get through the map and utilize it here on the boss champion, you're seeing the additional damage and the additional time with the Nova Flames. It just is a totally different monster. You still have to play very well, but he can take fights even where you would normally think power control would be a bit of an issue if the skill level of the summoner is high enough. That's why I'm mentioning folks like B Manny, Legacy, Bren, these sorts of style of champions. But the fact of the matter is Human Torch can take a significant amount of champions. He is very easy to assign and find roles for in war, and he can take a lot of different bosses too while he's doing it. All right, and then on the number 1 spot, Ghost, right? She's incredible, she is amazing, all the superlatives, especially if you can put on a power back boost. Maybe I am slightly influenced or biased in the fact that I'm in the same BG as Legacy and Panda Man Pete, and I can see on almost, 3 times a week how incredible the fights that they take are. I get to see it live often and then the video afterwards. But Ghost is still the absolute undisputed queen of Alliance War boss killing. I'm very curious to see if season 30 or 31 brings about any changes. But for the time being, she is just destroying bosses, mystics, various champions, and doing an amazing job with it. I hope you enjoyed this, right? Like this is absolutely for fun. I am providing my perspective on the BG I'm in and the alliance I'm in. I also enjoy watching war videos and the different options people are taking in. I think it's where the nuance and the complexity of this game really just comes together in a really cool way. So I hope you did enjoy this. If your favorite champion wasn't listed, I am sorry. Let me know what you think, and let's keep an eye on this. If this does well, if people enjoy it, this is something I definitely could see myself doing again for the future seasons. Probably wait a week or 2 into each season just to see how things are playing out, if the globals are making a difference or just anything like that. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.